In problem 24, it says a kite has angle measures 7x, 65, 85, 105. Find the value of x. What are the measures of the angles that are congruent? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and draw our kite. So we're not really sure about much, but we should be able to draw a kite here. So it's a pretty bad kite, but a kite nonetheless. And I'm not really sure where the angles are, but I know a kite is a quadrilateral. And so we know that the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a quadrilateral are going to have to be 360 degrees. And that's because we know that the sum of the measures is 180 times n, the number of sides, which is 4 minus 2, which is 180 times 2, which is 360. So we know that these four angles add together to give us 360 degrees. So 360 equals 7x plus 65 plus 85 plus 105. So we know 360 equals 7x plus 255. Subtracting 255 gives us 105 equals 7x divided by 7, 15 equals x. So we've found the value of x, which is one of the things that we were trying to find, but we've also found the value of this other angle, 105. So here we have a 105 here and a 105 there. And we know that these have to be the congruent angles in a kite. So we know that these two angles are each 105. And that means that this one has to be 85 and the other one is going to be 65. So there's our answers. Our congruent angles are 105 and the value of x is 15. And now on to problem 25. In problem 25, quadrilateral WXYZ is a trapezoid with one pair of congruent base angles. Is WXYZ an isosceles trapezoid? Explain your reasoning. Well, first step is, of course, go ahead and draw our trapezoid. And it asks us, is this trapezoid isosceles? Well, it tells us that we have one pair of congruent base angles. So let's assume that we're talking about this is congruent to this. Well, because these two are parallel, two parallel lines cut by a transversal, the consecutive angles are supplementary. So if these two are supplementary and these two are supplementary and this is congruent to this, we can show that this angle and this angle are congruent. But we didn't have to go that far. We know that there is a base angles trapezoid converse theorem that says if a trapezoid has one pair of congruent base angles, then the trapezoid is isosceles. So yes, we know that this is an isosceles trapezoid for any of the reasons given. And let's move on to problem 26. In problem 26, it says give the most specific name for the quadrilateral and explain your reasoning. So here we have a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. Now that's all they give us, is that it has one pair of parallel sides, and that's basically the definition of a trapezoid. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. And They didn't give us any other information, so that's pretty much all we can conclude. So for 26, we know it's a trapezoid. Now for problem 27, here we have a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides. They didn't tell us anything about these angles. Yeah, they may look like the right angles, but we don't know that from the picture. So that's all we can really say, is that it has 4 congruent sides, and that is a rhombus. A rhombus is a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides, and that's the most specific thing we can give. So 27. And 28. Now here we have a quadrilateral with 4 congruent angles, so that makes it at least a rectangle, and it has 2 pairs of congruent sides, which again signifies, it doesn't really add any other information to it. It still tells us this is a rectangle. So the most specific we can give for this one is a rectangle. And that is Chapter 7 review. And I'll see you in the next session.